Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. So the Wingriders DEX has gone live on the Cardano mainnet today. I had the team on recently. I will put a link to that one down below if you want to check it out. But they went live on the mainnet today. So as well as the DEX going live, they've also put live an NFT marketplace, and they've also brought stablecoins, USDC and USDt, over to Cardano, which is a really good step for the Cardano ecosystem. We'll get into all of that, walk through all of it and kind of what it means as well. If you get value, please do share it out, help others get the content, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Even if it's for the algorithm, just put in Wingriders or something like that, or stablecoins on Cardano. Make it creative. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so this is the DEX here, but before we get into that, we'll take a look first at the stablecoins and the bridges and everything that's there. Timestamps will be below if you want to jump to certain sections. If we look here, Wingriders will launch with USDT and USDC on the Cardano mainnet. BTC and Ethereum will be coming soon as well. So this article went out this morning before the DEX went live. So we do now have USDT and USDC on Cardano, which will be great for the ecosystem and really help the trading evolve on Cardano as well. Look, there's going to be more stablecoins coming. Dana, Liquid, Jed, there's going to be lots of options throughout the year. So this is only the start, and it is a really good step to have. So the way they've brought in the USDT and USDC is through Milkomeda. I have covered Milkomeda in some other videos. I will put links to them as well if you want to check that out. I showed how to bridge your ADA over to Milkomeda, which is an EVM sidechain, and there's lots of dApps to use over there, and that is growing by the day as well. So I'm going to have to cover that again fairly soon to show the update of what's over there now as well. But if we look down here to see how it all works, so USDC is over on Ethereum. It's in your ERC20 token. So they've used the Nomad bridge to bring it from Ethereum into Milkomeda, and then from Milkomeda, they've used the Milkomeda bridge to bring it over to Cardano. And if we look at the bridge here, currently when I look at this publicly, I can only see that I can bring over my ADA. So I have got questions on this as well, on how do you bring your ADA back from Milkomeda over to Cardano. This is how you do it. I'll put a link to the bridge down below, cardano-bridge.milkomeda.com, but I'll put the exact link below so you can check that out. And if you look here, I can bring my ADA back from Milkomeda. You put in, connect your MetaMask, select the tokens you want, how many you want to bring over, put in the Cardano address, and then go through it, and it will send the ADA back to your Cardano address. Very soon, we're going to be able to do this with stablecoins, with other ERC20 tokens as well. Bring them over to Cardano. So not just bring them back, this will be the first time that a lot of these tokens will be able to be bridged into the Cardano ecosystem. And just on bridges, and we're going to get to the DEX then, one thing to note is World Mobile Token have announced that they've completed the first ever bridging to Milkomeda.com. So you can now bridge your WMT from its native blockchain Cardano onto the EVM compatible Milkomeda. Now, World Mobile Token is one that I need to get a dedicated video, I think, out fairly soon. They had a very good tech AMA last week. So I'll put together the main points from that, and I'll try and get a video out maybe later this week as well, talking about all the latest updates there. So good to see that the bridge is opening up to bring more assets as well into Milkomeda. And like I was saying, bring assets from Ethereum, Milkomeda into Cardano as well. Okay, and now time to take a look at the actual DEX. So if we look here on the DEX, fairly straightforward layout as well. Coming in here, you can swap your tokens. There's the pools that are available. Portfolio staking, we'll talk about that in a minute, because you can also earn staking rewards when you're providing liquidity on Wingriders. Farming, governance, not available yet, and the NFT marketplace there as well. So if we look down here on swapping tokens, so let's select ADA. I want to sell some ADA and I want to exchange it for, let's all the way down here, and you can see MAD, USDC and USDT. So these are the two stable coins that you have right now on Wingriders. So if we go in and select USDC, let's say I want to sell 10 ADA, and you can see what you'll notice here is the price. I would get $8.79 for the 10 ADA, which is below the market price right now. If you look down here, you can see that it's working out the average price would be just under 88 cents. They've also added in a note here because it looks like what has happened is when this went live, a lot of people come in with ADA to try and convert into stable coins, some to test it out, some to trade, I would say. And what it has done is right now the price is not very favorable to sell your ADA for a stable coin right now. This will balance out, I would say in the next few days it'll balance out, but just if you're going to trade in the first day or two, be careful, make sure you check the price that's here. Once the bridge opens up and people can bring in stable coins, this peg will be closed fairly soon because you'll have arbitrage trades. If someone could come in now, bridge in stable coins, they'd be able to pick up some discounted ADA here and then do whatever they want, either keep it or make the trade on the other side to make the arbitrage profit. I've talked about arbitrage in other videos as well, if you want to search back through them and what it all means, but this will even itself out. I would just say if you're trading in the next day or two, just be cautious to check the price. Normally I would skip this, I wouldn't do a trade like this, but I want to show you how it all works. So for the purposes of the video, we'll go ahead with this. So click on swap. What it brings up then is the details of the trades, of the total fees. Just like MinSwap or SundaySwap, there is a batcher fee. They call it an agent fee, but they're all basically the same thing. Off-chain bots that are batching the transactions together and forming the trades that happen. So right now Wingriders are running that, but they are going to put that out to the community and let anyone in the community run that after a while as well. Once I get details on that, I will put them out as well. So you can see fees, slippage is set at 1%, transaction fee, swap fee, all fairly standard, and that is the agent fee there as well. So if I click on confirm, we will confirm the trade. I should get the pop-up then as well. And I see it here on my other screen from Eternal, or some people CC Vault. In case you haven't heard, CC Vault has rebranded to Eternal. So if I put in the password then, click on sign, and that trade should go through. So as that trade is going through in the background, you can see trade should be gone through. If you notice up here, you can see transactions. If I click into transactions, you can see one pending trade here to swap 10 ADA for the USDC. So I'll let that run in the background to see how that goes. While that's running, we'll talk about the rest of the platform as well. So portfolio, that shows any liquidity positions you have. But if we look into pool here, you can see all of the different pools that are available right now. So if you scroll down here, you can go through the different pages. We'll just take a look at these. So these are the most liquid pools. So right now you have ADA Dana, ADA USDT, USDC, and World Mobile, Liquid, and Meld are the most active pairs. And actually Sunday as well has a bit of liquidity in there as well. So then on yield farming, let's take a look at this here. So if we go into farming, you can see these are the pairs that qualify for yield farming rewards right now. Now they're going to do it a bit different. Different DEXs do it in different ways. SundaySwap, you put in your tokens, you have to keep them in there for 30 days. With MinSwap, you can harvest at any time. And on Milkomeda, most of them are you can harvest anytime as well. But different DEXs do it in different ways. And for anyone who isn't familiar with this, I have covered it in different videos. But when you provide liquidity on an exchange, you put in the liquidity, you get what's called an LP token that represents your liquidity. You can then stake that or put that into yield farming and you get an extra reward on top of that, which is usually in the token of the exchange that you are on or the DEX that you're using. So if we take a look at how they're going to run it here, there is an article that I will put the links to down below that you can check out. So it talks about what is yield farming, and they're saying that they're going to allocate 1.6% of its total supply towards the first month of yield farming. So during this first month, if the overall TVL exceeds $125 million for at least 3 consecutive days, they will put up an additional amount of up to 0.5% into that as well. If we take a look on DeFi Llama right now, the TVL is at $36 million, but it has only gone live a few hours ago. So we'll wait and see how that looks over the next few days as well. So going down through this here, they're working on an epoch basis. So within Cardano, we're used to when you stake, it is rewards are paid out every 5 days. And that's how things work with Cardano. So they're going to keep a similar model here. Now there is an inception farming epoch, which is slightly longer than the 5 days. That starts today and runs up until Wednesday, the 20th of April. And during this time, there is 350,000 WRT tokens that are there for liquidity providers to earn. Everybody who provides at least 1,000 ADA or equivalent will be eligible for a bonus. So they're trying to incentivize people to put in liquidity. Talked about this before. More liquidity means a better trading experience for everyone on the DEX. So I will put in more liquidity after this video, and I'll be able to show you some updates then of how things look and what rewards look like over time as well once they start to pay out. So if we look down here, after the 20th, then it will run for 5 days, and you need to keep in your liquidity for that full epoch in order to get the rewards as well. If you pull out some of the liquidity, it will be the lowest amount of liquidity you had in during that time that will count during the snapshots to see what rewards you earn there. So during the 5 epoch period, there is 1.25 million WRT will be up for this. So 250,000 WRT every 5 days. And if we come on down, again, you can read all of the details, some of the examples here as well. But something that's important to note is that Wingriders don't have a token yet. So they haven't had a public sale. They haven't had a TGE, which is the token generation event. So until that happens, you won't actually get your WRT token either. So you will be earning them, but until they actually have a public sale and the token is put out there, you can't actually claim the rewards that you're earning. Right now, I haven't heard a date for when this is going to happen. As soon as I do, I will put out the details. Not sure exactly how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen as an IDO or a public sale or what way that will be. But once I get the info from the team, I will put that out there as well. So the initial, if you see down here, how can you maximize? So you can maximize your rewards by staying in for the full amount of time. I suppose that's fairly obvious, but I will put that down. And again, why can I not see the price or monetary value of the token? That's because it's not in circulation, so it doesn't have a real price. So that will affect the, if we go back and look at the farming here, that will affect the percentage rewards here. You won't be able to see the APR on these pools because the WRT token that you're earning doesn't have an actual value yet. So it won't be able to calculate what the APR is. So we'll take a look and look at ways to go around that after a while as well, when we look at what type of, this one here will be important. And this is what will decide for me where I put the majority of my own liquidity, because if I see farms that don't have much liquidity in them and have fairly decent WRT rewards, that's where I'll be trying to put in liquidity, because obviously less the, say for this one here, 25,000 WRT is split over all of the liquidity in that pool. So that's where I'll be trying to concentrate a decent bit of my liquidity. Okay, and one other thing as well actually that I didn't cover on the pools is, if we look down here, can I see an example of one, a pool that doesn't include ADA. So if we look here, you have the Hosky Charles pool here. So no ADA in this pool. With the Wingriders DEX, you will be able to swap native asset to native asset. So you don't have to go through ADA. You can set up pools that are two native assets separate that don't have to include ADA when you're providing the liquidity. Okay, so let's actually provide some liquidity into the exchange now. So if I come in here and select the pool that I want, so I know I have some WMT in this account. So if I go to add liquidity, I click on ADA, let's put in 50 ADA for this test. And it means that I need to put in 79.9 WMT here. So just waiting for it to load the price, the fees and everything like that. Click on add liquidity. Again, the details of the trade, just like when we done the swap of ADA to USDC. Click on confirm, and I should get the pop-up then from Eternal. I see it here on my other screen. So again, I put in my password, click on sign, and then the transaction is submitted. So it will take a while for your transaction to be confirmed by the blockchain, and it's gone into the transaction list. And you can see the swap that I done as well for the ADA USDC pair is still sitting there waiting to be batched, while this one here is confirming. So we'll check back here in a few minutes. I'm just going to pause and let these transactions go through, and then we can complete the yield farming on the other side as well. Okay, so when you come in here now, you can see if I go into portfolio, this is where I can see the position that I just added. So my liquidity position that I added for ADA WMT has gone through. If I click on this here, I can see the details of it. So you can see I only put in a very small amount here just to show in the video here how it works. So you can see my percentage owned of the pool is very small. But for this now, if I come into manage here, what I can do is I can add more liquidity, or what I can do is remove the liquidity that I have. Again, however much you want to take out. So you can see as you bring this up and down, you see how much you'll be taking out, how much you'll be leaving in. But for yield farming then, if I go into farming over here, what you can see is that down the bottom now, under ADA WMT, I have manage. So if I click on manage here, then what I can do is I can put all of these funds into the yield farming position. So if I go at 100% and give it a minute here, I click then on deposit LP tokens, click on confirm, and again I should get the pop-up from Eternal to sign the transaction. Here it is on the side, so I sign here, click on sign, and the transaction has been submitted. So now that goes in, gets batched, and my yield farming should start here then for ADA WMT. Okay, and you can see here now that the liquidity is in the ADA WMT. I can see my liquidity in this yield farm here. I can go into manage, and I can click into manage, and I can pull that out as well. You can see as we go around here, there's lots of different stats that are missing. I would say as things progress over the next few days, as more liquidity and everything comes in, we'll hopefully start to see some of these data sources added in as well. But as I mentioned earlier on, when you're staking or when you're providing liquidity with Wingriders, you can also come in here to staking, because you also earn your ADA staking rewards. And what happens is the liquidity pool, all of the ADA in the liquidity pool is added or is staked by Wingriders, and then the rewards that come from that get put back into the liquidity pool. So what's happening is you own the percentage of the liquidity pool, so when you pull it out, you will get the extra ADA that comes from the rewards as well. So with this, it's not just that they go off and they stake it in whatever pools they want. You have an option to vote for the staking pool that you want. So if we go in here and look at, this is the position I've added. If I click on manage vote, you can see right now voting is coming soon. So I'm not sure when this will go live, hopefully fairly soon. And you'll be able to vote for the stake pool that you want that liquidity pool to be staked to. So really, it's not going to make much difference to you. What it will do is if there's a pool you want to support, you can do that there. So you can come in here, type in the pool name. So whatever pool you want to support, as I have a pool myself. If I put in Paul here, you can see the pools that I have here. So you would be able to come in and vote for Paul if that's who you wanted the ADA to be staked with. And what happens here, it's not just your own ADA that gets staked. So whatever is the most voted pool, then all of the ADA in that liquidity pool will be staked there. So there is an article about it here over on Wingriders, talking all about the staking, auto staking, how does it work and what actually happens. Again, where the funds will be put into and how the rewards will be dispersed back into the actual liquidity pool. It says about splitting the LP tokens to multiple pools. Right now you can't, because with the way that the contracts are set up, it is the UTXO has to be delegated to one specific pool for now. So that's really it. There is the NFT marketplace, which we haven't got into in this video, but I don't want this one to go on any longer. I might look into that one in a separate video. Not much going on this yet. It does look very nice. As you can see, when you go on to Wingriders, you can check it out by clicking here, NFT, and go through the marketplace. I haven't tested that at all yet. I will do that maybe tomorrow or the next day and go through it then and come back with a video looking at that then. So I do hope this video has been of some use. If it has, please do share it out. Give the video a like, comment, subscribe, all that usual kind of stuff. I do appreciate it. Let me know any questions you have down below or anything you want me to cover in upcoming videos as well. And I will try and get that content out as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you soon.